Namaste everyone. Welcome to PYF, Presha Yoga Fit, and I am Presha. This class is themed boosting the immunity with this Hatha practice. Now, boosting the immunity, the best way to do it is by increasing the blood circulation in the body, and that's what we are going to be doing in the class. So, taking up shapes and poses that facilitates increasing the blood flow in the body, and also taking up shapes which open the heart space and the upper body area in order to increase the lung capacity to breathe better. When we are feeling sick or under the weather, usually this is what happens. The breathing is shorter, it is hard for us to inhale, exhale, there's congestion. So the poses that we'll practice today is one, obviously increasing the blood circulation, and two is to be able to do shapes that gives us the opportunity to open into the heart space, and thus we will be able to breathe better. So roll out your mat and let's get started. We're going to begin today in a seated pose. So come in a cross-legged position, simply placing your right foot in front of the left. And then from here, we're going to first start with taking the hands behind us. We're going to interlace the fingers behind us, and we're going to extend the arms while the knuckles are reaching down. So you want to squeeze your shoulders together and drop the shoulder blades down. So shoulder blades dropping down and they're coming together. And we're going to be feeling this nice expansion in the chest. And then take your gaze a little up. And just take a couple of breaths here, feeling that nice opening in the heart space. And from here, we're going to keep the bind in the hands. We're just going to bend into the elbows, and we're going to slide the hands and place them onto the left side of the body. So placing both the hands together there. And from here, while the hands are placed, we're going to start to now gently drop the head to the left shoulder. And when we do this, what's going to happen is we're going to feel this beautiful stretch on the right side of the neck. Great, and come back to center. Now we're going to take those hands and keep them interlaced and place them on the right side of the body, so the right side of the waist. And from here, we're going to gently drop the head now to the right shoulder, thus feeling a nice, wonderful stretch in the left side of the neck. Great, and then let's come back to center. From here, we're going to release the hands. Now we're going to be sitting this way, extending both the legs forward, and we're going to take the hands back, okay? And actually take a big step back with your hands. Then turn your fingers pointing to the left and the right. Once you've done this, then what we're going to do is we're going to slightly start to bend into the elbows. While we bend into the elbows, you want to keep those elbows slightly hugging in, okay? And from here, we're going to now start to press the hands a little into the floor and the mat, and then lift through your chest up. So as you can see, this is our second pose in this practice today, which is facilitating that opening of your chest and opening of the lungs to breathe in a little more with ease. Perfect. And then we are going to be walking the hands back towards the body. Now from here, we are going to again cross the legs. We're going to come onto our hands and our knees. And from our hands and our knees, what we'll do is we'll take a step back with the knees, come almost to the end of the mat. And with the hands, we're going to take a giant step forward with the hands. However, don't keep your palms facing down, so don't keep the palms down on the mat. Instead, you want to keep your fingertips down. So instead, you want to think of, as you are holding a doorknob, the same action. So your fingers are now rooting into the mat. And keeping your hips and your knees in one line, we're going to now take a nice puppy stretch. So as we do this, we're going to start to sink with the chest. If you want, you can bring your forehead down, but if it doesn't come down, you can just keep it hanging up. Great, and then we are going to lift the head up and we are going to bring ourselves all the way down onto the mat, coming into a Sphinx pose. So in that Sphinx pose, we'll place the elbows under the shoulders and the palms are going to be facing down. And we're going to roll the shoulders back as we pull the chest forward. Squeeze the glutes a little bit, taking that nice back bend, that Sphinx pose. Now with an exhale, what we're going to do is we're going to bring that right arm, we're going to extend it to the right side, diagonally to the right side, okay? I'm just going to come a little bit to the left in order to find more space. So extend your right arm out to the right and as much as you can, and then you're going to you're going to lie down onto the right side of your head. From here, you're going to place your left hand on next to the chest. I'm just going to be extending that right arm a little to this side as I have more space. Now, just make sure you're really extending and reaching that right arm diagonally to the right. And you're not really sinking with your right shoulder down, so you've kept it nicely engaged. Now from here, what you're going to do is you're going to bring your legs together with your left hand, which is aligned with your chest. We're going to slowly start to turn ourselves with the hips turning to the right. And you're going to lie down with the right side of your head down and keep pressing with your left hand into the mat. So this is a wonderful shoulder stretch that you can right now feel in the right shoulder. And we're going to bring ourselves back to center. We're going to switch sides. So bring your right hand back. Perhaps you want to scooch yourself a little to the right long edge of the mat in order to do the same stretch with the left arm. Now you're going to extend your left arm out diagonally to the left. Again, you don't want to drop with your left shoulder down. It's just this nice extension with the left hand. Slide your right hand and align it with the chest. Then I'm lying down with my left side of the head down on the mat, bringing the legs together. Take an inhale through the nose. With an exhale, press into the floor and start to turn. As you turn, stacking your right leg over the left leg. Keep pressing into the floor with your right hand. And then you're going to start to feel this nice stretch in your left shoulder. And let's come back to center. All right, let's bring the hands and align them with the chest. We're going to take an inhale, lift up to a cobra pose. And with an exhale, we'll go into a downward facing dog. So inhale in downward facing dog, pressing into the mat with your hands, driving the hips up, lifting the backs of your thighs into the space. And with an exhale, we'll step the right foot between the hands as we bring the left knee down and place both your hands on your right thigh, coming into a low lunge pose. Now, we are going to reach both the arms all the way up in that low lunge pose. And with an exhale, we'll cactus the arms. So bend your elbows. And when you bend your elbows, slightly bring those elbows a little down and lift your chest up. Now bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale, staying tall with the upper body. And with an exhale, we're going to twist to the right with the upper body. And we're going to lean a little forward, placing the left elbow on the outside of the right thigh. And when we do this, we want to keep pressing the elbow into the thigh as we spin the right shoulder back and making sure in that twist, we're staying nice and elongated with the torso. We're not squeezing the torso here. Exhale, look down, frame both your hands down and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale in downward dog. And exhale, step your left foot between the hands, bringing your right knee down. Place both your hands on your left thigh first as you lift your chest up. Then with an inhale, reach your arms up to a low lunge pose. And exhale, bend your elbows as you squeeze those shoulder blades together a little bit. Your elbows are drawing a little down and you're lifting your chest up. Then bring your hands to your heart center. Stay here for another inhale. With an exhale, twist the upper body to the left as you place the right elbow on the outside of your left thigh. And then you're going to take that twist a little more deeper by spinning the left shoulder back, keeping the torso nice and long. With an exhale, look down, frame the hands down. And again, step back to a downward facing dog. Then inhale, we're going to stay in downward dog with the next breath. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, step your right foot on the outside of your right hand. Okay? And now you're going to bring your left knee down. You can wiggle your left toe a little back, then bring your left knee down. Okay? Now with your left hand, place it little to the left actually. Take a step out to the left with your left hand. From here, we're going to keep those hips and the pelvis, keep it sinking down to the floor. Then we're going to come into a quad stretch plus a heart and a chest opening stretch as well. So we're going to bend into the left knee, extend the right arm forward, then take it all the way back and grab your foot. And once you do this, make an effort to spin the right shoulder back and open your chest. With an exhale, slowly bring the right hand down and the left hand down and step back to a downward facing dog. Inhale in downward facing dog. And exhale, step your left foot on the outside of your left hand. Just wiggle your right toe a little back, bring the right knee down. Now with your right hand, take a step out to the right, take a nice big step out to the right with your right hand as you sink and you descend with your hips. And then from here, we're going to bend into the right knee, extend the left arm forward, then extend it all the way back, holding the foot from this is the inside blade of the foot and the outside. So we're going to grab it from the outside, and we're going to open the chest, spin the left shoulder back. Wonderful, and we're going to release the pose, and we'll step back into a downward facing dog. Take a breath in downward dog through the nose, and a breath out. Good. Now from here, you're going to bring your knees down onto the mat, and crossing your feet, we're going to bring ourselves into a seat. Okay. What we did in the beginning of the class, we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to extend the legs forward, take a nice big step back with both the hands as the hands are placed on the edges of the mat. Turn your fingers pointing to the left and the right. Slightly bend into the elbows and hug your elbows a little in. Then let's press into the mat and lift the chest up. And now from here, we're going to look towards the feet. We'll keep everything the same, but now we're going to bend into the knees as we take up a reverse tabletop shape. So you're going to now press your feet into the floor and drive your hips up. Now, avoid hanging your head down and back. Just keep it a little aligned with your back of your head aligned with your spine. Squeeze your glutes. And with an exhale, bring your hips down onto the mat. Okay, now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to come into crossing. So I'm just going to face this way. We're going to cross our legs in Gaumukhasana. Take Gaumukhasana legs. So the left foot, just as you sit in a seated pose. So you're going to, you can see this is the seated pose that we traditionally take. So the right foot in front of the left. However, we're just going to keep the left leg as is. We're going to take the right foot across that left knee, left thigh, and we're going to press it down. Also, we're going to make sure that that left foot is not blocking the right sitting bone and it's not lifted up. So just remove it a little bit so the sitting bone comes down on the mat. And you're going to lift your lift your chest up and stay upright, so sit upright. In case this is a little challenging, this pose, and you're still like lifted up with your hip, then there is another modification that you could do is that in that same pose, I'm just going to turn this side, you're just going to now not bend into the left knee, you're going to instead extend that left leg, you will bend the right knee as you were, and you're going to take it across the left knee and place it down, and this is just the same pose, but modified. You can extend that left leg. Okay. So from here, this is Gaumukh Asana seat. From here, what we're going to do is we are going to take the right hand slightly to the right side. And you're not going to sink here with placing your palm down. So come onto your fingertips again. Think of a doorknob, holding onto a doorknob. And then inhale, reach your left arm up and bend over to the right side. And support your head by placing your hand under, over your right ear. And feel a nice stretch in the left side of your body. So all possible poses that we are taking today is to open up into the front body, to open into the chest area, sides of the body, the neck area. Yeah. So now switching sides, we're going to do the same thing by right foot down and right knee bent, right knee down, left leg, left knee bent, left foot across the right thigh. Again, if you want to modify this, you can extend that right leg and this knee is going to be the same. making sure both the hips are down, both the sitting bones are down. We're sitting upright. And from here, we're going to take that left hand a little to the left, beyond the fingertips. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, bending into the elbow. Place the hand right over your left ear, supporting the head, spinning the right shoulder back. Beautiful. Let's come back to center. Okay, from here we're going to take a twist now. So we're going to be coming in an extension with both the legs. Just as I told you the modification, that's what we're going to do now. We're going to bend into the right knee, take the right foot across the left knee, sit up straight again, flex the left foot. Right hand fingertips behind you on the mat. Inhale, reach and extend your left arm up. Exhale, bend your elbow, take it across the body and then place it on that left thigh. And don't slouch or hunch. You want to lift your chest up and you want to feel that nice twist. Great, let's come back to center, switching sides. Right leg extends, left knee bends, left foot across. Wonderful, sitting up straight, left hand fingertips behind, reaching right arm up with an inhale, and exhale, bending the elbow, taking across the body, pressing the elbow into the thigh, and taking that twist. Great job. Let's come back to center. We're going to meet in a cross-legged position. And in that cross-legged position, we're going to now take an inhale, reach both the arms all the way up. Exhale, flipping the palms out. We're going to dive forward with the hands. Okay, pull the chest forward. Gently release the weight of your head and your neck. If you're able to get your elbows down, please relax your elbows on the floor. All right, everyone, and we're going to walk the hands back and come back to center. And this is the end of this practice. Hopefully you will find it useful and you can come back to this practice every time you feel you're under the weather and you need a gentle practice which helps you to get back on track. Yeah. So always a pleasure to practice with you, appreciate you being a part of this community that I have formed. Thank you everyone for being here. I will see you in the next video soon. Please take care. Bye-bye.